Welcome to the Intuitive Therapist Podcast with Janis R. Cohen, therapist, clairvoyant, empath, and medium. Listen in as she takes a no-nonsense deep dive into real human struggles and how to resolve them. Janis will share channeled information from her spirit guide team, as well as the angels and archangels, to help you master your emotional, physical, financial, and spiritual destiny. And now, Janis R. Cohen.
Hey y'all, this is Janis Cohen, the Intuitive Therapist, here on the Intuitive Therapist Podcast. There are certain words that are used that, to me, have become meaningless, in my opinion, because they've been so overused and kind of prostituted, in truth. Words like healing, authentic, healer, and spiritual. To me, these words have become ego-based, ego-driven, not being-based. And y'all have heard me talk about why I choose to use the word complete rather than healed or healing. And if this is your first time listening to my podcast, I speak about how we humans, we don't need to heal at all. Rather, we must complete our incomplete emotional experiences to move beyond them and go to the next lesson. No one outside of yourself is a healer, so when people say that, it's a crock of shit. I heal people. No, you don't. Those people, they use means and modalities to assist someone to help themselves, even if they need to release energy. The person who needs to release it or to be healed has to be voluntarily a part of the experience. They can't release something they're not ready to release. So somebody is not healing somebody. The person is completing what they alone need or want to complete. So let's focus on the word balance, because today's episode is about finding balance amidst a imbalanced world. Can we truly experience balance? Can we honestly have equanimity of time, energy, and resources for all parts of our life? And if so, how the heck does a person create that? To me, balance isn't about all things being equal. And if I were to ask, just for example, all the parents out there who are primary caretakers of their kids and who also work full time, what balance means to them, most would say that time is the main source of a sense of imbalance and balance. Time. I'm sure energy, money, yes, without a doubt, but time. Having enough time to take care of all their duties, responsibilities, and find time for self-care. To them, that's balance. And if you were to ask the same group of people if they've ever achieved balance in their lives in this way, likely, at least what I have heard, the majority would say no or almost never. So what is balance? What does it really mean? And is it really possible to achieve and cultivate it into your life? If you studied anyone in the self-help or personal development field, or studied concepts or read books, anything, one of the most prolific pieces of advice, so to speak, or rather things to keep in mind, is the concept of time and what it means for humans being. Quantum physics refers to time as happening all at once, as existing not only at the same time, but in multi-dimensions at the same time, and that the only true existence of time is always in the now. And if you think about time, even go back in time, when you were in the past, remembering something, you were existing back then in the now that you had. Every moment of your past was in the present. That's how it became the past. It had to exist in the current life, or in the current existence, in the current moment, for it to become something of the past. And it existed, then you moved on from it. It was your now, and it became your past, even though everything exists in terms of time all at once. Same thing, for example, with anything in the future. If you have an idea or an inkling or a gut instinct to dream of something or have something or do something, then that means that the likelihood, the potential of what you thought of existing in the future already exists simply because you've thought about it, and thought has form. And thought can bring future into the present, because your future, when you get to it, becomes your now. Okay? So once you reach the future, even in the next millisecond, that's a future. Or even quicker, the speed of light, right? That's time. That's also your future, but it's also your present. Okay? So you're always in the now. So with time, you're always in the now. There's never really a past or future. So why do I bring this up? This quantum physics concept of time as I speak about balance. Because balance, just like any other feeling or sense that you want to feel, can only be created in the now. It can't be planned, scripted, or scheduled. You create a sense of anything in the now. That's all you have. Is all of this making sense? Let's talk a little bit more about balance so I can drive the point home. I want you to take a few moments, grab a piece of paper and a pen, hop on your computer, however you express yourself best, in the written word. I want you to stop this recording after I say the next few things, and I want you to write down what balance truly means to you and for you. It can mean different things to all of us. Just write your definition of what balance means and feels like to you. Think in terms of your ideal life. What does balance ultimately mean for you? Would you have ample time for self-care, a game of tennis, sitting on the beach, doing laundry, all of it, folding it, putting it away? Would you have time with friends, time for meditation, time for a nice hot bath? These are just a few things that people say when they think of what balance looks like or means to them. So take a few moments and write down your version of what balance means for you. When I was thinking about this topic to speak about today, I took a moment to look at my life. In fact, that's what I was guided to do. I asked the universe, I said, what am I supposed to speak about today? And it felt most important to address this concept of balance, because lately I have felt out of balance. Got a lot going on. All good things, but I have a lot going on. And in fact, as a highly sensitive person, an empath, I can often, trust me, often feel out of balance energetically. And while this ability to be empathic is a gift in many, many ways, where I sense everything about everything, it's also a burden to me at times. You see, I never know when the entire world's energy is going to fall on me and take me prisoner and cause me to absorb the dense and deep dark energies that everybody else is emitting all over the world. Nor can I often predict when solar flares will hit the earth and render me exhausted, or how deeply the moon and its cycles will cause me to have insomnia for repeated nights, or a planet in retrograde or void of course will cause me to feel atypically irritable, defensive, or heightened joy or energy. I am vulnerable to all of this at any moment in time, and I can't prevent it. People who aren't highly sensitive don't quite understand what I just said. In fact, to the naked ear of those who are not empathetic, it sounds pretty crazy and close to insane for a person to say, I am affected by the moon, the planets, the solar flares, and everybody else. All the shit in the world, I'm affected by it. It sounds really weird, but it's true. It's my world. Okay, so I get it that it sounds weird. I've encountered this type of skepticism my entire life and career, so I just get it. But it's true. So navigating this energetic world is a real challenge at times for us empaths. And while we've become a bit more proficient at becoming aware of what's going on in the ethos and astrology by following certain astrologers and paying attention to the moon cycles and we're more proficient about what's going on, it doesn't mean that we can fully ground and protect ourselves from the intensity of the energies that are pushing themselves at us or surging at us. Look, my point in all of this and saying all of this is that I live in such a way that I can't predict when I'll have consistent good energy days where I'll feel invigorated, energized, and positive and productive. I am highly and severely subject to the ebbs and flows of the cosmos, and it is not an easy existence. Again, it's where I need to find balance. For me, balance can only exist in the now, and it's found in between being and becoming. It only exists in the moment. Balance is found where you create it, not when circumstances fall into place or when circumstances dictate it. You know the saying, you plan and God laughs, right? Well, that saying couldn't be more apropos. Balance is found in the moments of the dance of the sacred flow of life, and it's your invitation to savor the present moment. That's all you got, and create whatever feeling balance means to you. People, human beings, and humans being, tend to seek out things to help them feel the feelings they crave. And we all know that the exhilaration of a newly purchased piece of clothing, car, or home only lasts temporarily because things can't give us what our soul needs or craves. Things feed our ego's need to feel in control or confident. Again, that only lasts for a few moments, and then our soul begins to crave what is still missing, what we originally sought. The feelings that we originally desired to feel: happiness, peace, calm, freedom, balance. So balance and everything else, for that matter, emotionally, is found in the moment and not in things or people. Is found in you and in the moment of time that you have right now. Then it can be created as often as you decide to create it. Is this making sense? Balance can always be found in breath. Balance can always be found when we connect to ourselves and our bodies through breath, dance, touch. When we get back inside and ground ourselves in our bodies and in the earth, we can find balance. Balance is an energy, just like everything else, and it exists because you decide that it exists energetically. You declare that sense of balance. There is no real work-life balance. It's a myth. Anybody who writes about it or says, I can help you create it, isn't talking about the equanimity of everything, but rather in the moment that you choose to have balance or choose to feel something other than stress, pressure, any of that. What is true and what is fact is that you find the emotions and state of mind you seek the moment you decide and declare to have them, right? Whatever you choose to feel, whatever you decide you want to feel, you can choose to feel it in any moment that you choose it. So now look back at the list or definition that you wrote down about what balance means to you. And given what I've just talked about, can you see now how things or circumstances won't ever bring you the balance or peace or freedom or joy that you seek? And that it is when you decide to feel those feelings, no matter where you are or what you're doing or what's going on in your life or what's going on in the world, that you can feel them and experience them. It's pretty cool. It's like you can have feelings on demand. That's really how we feel. Feelings don't ever just happen. They show up and we can choose to keep them or change them. So please stop telling yourself that when X happens or when I have X, that you'll feel this desired feeling that you have of whatever it is: success, accomplishment, freedom, peace, calm, abundance. Now is all you have. And you can decide anything in the present moment, anything. When I am overtaken by energy or my emotional reaction to things, I can decide how to handle it. I can meditate. I can take a nap. I can go for a walk. I can beat the shit out of a pillow if I'm mad. I can have a cocktail. I can call a friend. I can journal so that I find my balance and peace, the thing that I seek, the emotional state that I seek. I can choose at any moment how I live in my now. And so can you. Balance is achieved in between being and becoming. So given all of this, how now will you define and balance, and what can you do right now to create it in this moment? I hope this concept of balance and time has been helpful to you. I hope that it's allowed you to take the pressure off yourself to have everything work perfectly all the time. It does not. You have choice all the time, in every moment. And when it comes to your desire and what your soul craves in terms of aligning with your true path and really having that sense of fulfillment, my upcoming free 3 live session video series called Destined for More is going to help you do that. And then the Align program is a real deep dive into getting in alignment with everything that you want. And I am getting that registration page ready. And most likely by next time, I will be able to give you that link for you to register. But women, if you are ready to step into that sense of alignment, that real sense of balance and peace in the moment, learning how to create the life that your soul craves, then please hop on my website. Please enter your name and email, download the 5 pillars that will help you revolutionize your life so that you can be registered for this amazing 3-day live event. I have been knee-deep, actually not knee-deep, head-deep, full body deep in creating really valuable content for you, free, because I really, truly believe in delivering a shit ton of value for free. I want you to get the most out of life that you can get, and in whatever way that I can deliver that. So please, if this is free, you don't even have to pay for it, but it's going to be amazing, and it's going to be concepts and topics and strategies that you can really, really use right now to create whatever it is, whatever state of mind, whatever sense of clarity that you want to create. So please hop on my website, janisrcohen.com. Get registered. When the link becomes available, I will announce it. I will post also on Facebook, and you'll get registered for it because it's going to be happening in November. I wish you a blessed day, a wonderful week, and as always, live intuitively.
Thanks for listening to The Intuitive Therapist. If you like what you heard, the best compliment you can give us is to share this podcast with a friend, and be sure to give us some stars and a favorable review at Apple Podcasts or wherever you listen in.